The Boy and the Broken Kite. The wind whipped through the open fields, tugging at leaves and stirring the tall grass, but it was the kite that caught Ethan's full attention. He held the string tightly, knuckles white, eyes focused on the colorful kite dancing in the sky. Yet the wind was merciless, unpredictable, and a sudden gust tore the kite from its path. It wobbled violently, then snapped against the line with a sharp crack before plunging to the ground in a heap of torn fabric and broken frame. Ethan stared in disbelief, heart sinking. This kite had been his companion for months, each ribbon and patch a testament to his imagination, his patience, his creativity. Now, it lay shattered on the dirt, a splintered skeleton of the dreams it once carried high above the fields. For a moment, the boy felt an unfamiliar heaviness, frustration, grief, and the sharp sting of failure. He knelt beside it, running his fingers over the broken sticks and torn fabric. Every knot he had tied, every careful fold, seemed meaningless now. Tears pricked at the corners of his eyes, but he blinked them back. He knew this wasn't just about a kite, it was about hope, effort, and the invisible thread between desire and reality. And though the world felt heavy, a quiet determination began to grow. Ethan gathered the broken pieces, laying them out in the grass as the afternoon sun cast long shadows across the field. He studied the damage carefully, turning the frame in his hands, weighing each option. Could it be mended? Could it fly again? He remembered the stories his grandfather had told him about perseverance, about resilience, about turning setbacks into lessons. And slowly, hope returned, delicate but unwavering. He ran home, clutching the broken kite, and set up a small workspace in the corner of his room. Patches, glue, twine, and scissors lay at the ready. Step by step, he began the slow, meticulous process of restoration. Hours passed, filled with concentration, trial, and error. The kite was no longer perfect. The tears in the fabric left visible scars, and the frame bore new bends and twists. But each repair, each careful stitch, was a testament to Ethan's determination and creativity. By evening, the kite was whole again, patched and reinforced, its colors vibrant despite the scars. Ethan carried it back to the field, the wind picking up once more, as if testing his resolve. He stepped forward, holding the string firmly, and launched the kite into the sky. At first, it wobbled, hesitant, uncertain. Then, with a gust that seemed almost magical, it soared. Ethan laughed, a pure, triumphant sound, watching the kite dance above him. The tears and frustration of the afternoon faded, replaced by joy and the quiet pride of accomplishment. He realized that broken things could be fixed, but more than that, broken moments could become stronger, richer, and more meaningful when mended with care and patience. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting golden light across the fields, Ethan ran with the kite, feeling the pull of the string and the lift of his own spirit. He understood now that failure was not the end, it was part of the journey. The kite, patched and soaring, became a symbol of resilience, a reminder that setbacks were not permanent and that hope could always rise again. And in the quiet twilight, with the sky painted in shades of orange and purple, Ethan whispered to the wind, "We'll fly higher next time." The following morning, Ethan awoke with the kite carefully folded beside his bed. Sunlight streamed through the window, casting a warm glow across the room. Today, he knew it would be different. The wind outside promised movement, a new challenge, and the boy felt a quiet anticipation that mingled with lingering pride from yesterday's triumph. He carried the kite to the field once more, careful not to disturb the patches and reinforcements he had applied. Every gust of wind, every shift of light reminded him of the lessons he had learned: patience, resilience, and the quiet power of persistence. The broken kite was no longer a symbol of failure, but a testament to what effort and determination could achieve. Launching the kite into the morning sky, Ethan felt a surge of exhilaration. The wind caught the patched fabric and lifted it high, spiraling in elegant arcs. Yet, as he ran, guiding the kite, he noticed something unusual. A small tear had appeared along one of the repaired seams. His stomach tightened. For a moment, he considered giving up, letting the kite fall, thinking the damage might be irreparable. Then he remembered the words of his grandfather, Broken things don't stay broken if you care enough to fix them. Every tear is a chance to make something stronger. Taking a deep breath, he slowed, walked back to the kite, and examined the seam. With careful hands, he pressed the fabric, reinforcing it with extra twine and glue, and adjusted the frame slightly. It wasn't perfect, but it was stronger than before. Ethan launched the kite again. This time, it danced higher, weaving gracefully against the blue sky. Children from nearby houses had gathered, drawn by the sight of the soaring kite and the boy's joyful energy. Their laughter mixed with the wind, forming a chorus that echoed across the fields. Some tried to fly their own kites alongside him, but none held the same scars, the same story, or the same triumph. Ethan smiled. He realized that what made the kite special wasn't its perfection, it was the journey it had endured and the effort it represented. As the afternoon wore on, the wind grew stronger, and the kite soared further than ever before. Ethan felt a profound connection to it, as if it were an extension of himself, carrying his hopes, his determination, and his lessons into the open sky. He remembered the times he had felt frustrated, helpless, or discouraged, and he understood now that every challenge had been preparing him for this moment of mastery and freedom. By evening, the sky was painted in shades of orange and violet, the wind softened, and the field emptied of spectators. Ethan lay in the grass, the kite string slack in his hands, staring upward. The patched fabric shimmered against the twilight, a fragile yet resilient symbol of persistence and hope. He understood that life was much like his kite. Moments of failure were inevitable, but with patience, care, and courage, what is broken could rise higher than before. That night, as he returned home, Ethan carried the kite folded carefully in his arms. His parents waited on the porch, having watched the kite's flight from a distance. Their expressions were a mixture of pride and admiration. "You've done well," his father said, placing a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "You've learned something important today." Ethan nodded. He didn't need to explain. The kite itself told the story. Every patch, every repair, every careful adjustment spoke louder than words. It was a story of resilience, of hope restored, and of the courage to face challenges without surrender. As he placed the kite in its resting place for the night, Ethan whispered to himself, "No matter what breaks, we can always fly again." And in that simple promise, he found not only joy but a profound understanding that setbacks are temporary, perseverance is powerful, and even the smallest victories can shine as brightly as the sun. The boy lay in bed that night, heart light, dreams vivid, and the kite resting safely nearby. Outside, the wind whispered through the trees, carrying echoes of laughter, triumph, and hope across the fields. The kite had been broken, but now it soared, and so had he.